Shabbat Shalom, my people, and the Parashot of this morning is Parashot Ashrimot and Parashot Kedoshim that we are going to discuss about this morning. But the title that I subtitled the Parashot this morning is "Do not gossip among your people." Do not gossip among your people. It's in Parashot Kedoshim. Okay? Do not gossip among your people. What is the meaning of the word gossip? Yesterday, while we were talking about in the Erev Shabbat, everybody was giving their point. They will say, "Oh, Rabbi, you are wrong." That's not wrong and right. All of us were, we are all studying in the Torah. So this is the definition. This is what the Google said. This is what the Oxford Dictionary said. This is what the Cambridge University said. Okay, whatever they said. But we have a total agreement that gossiping is not good. That is the most important thing. That do not gossip among your people. As of late 2025 and early 2026, there are approximately 7.4 to 7.58 billion smartphones in the world being used worldwide. Okay? I'm not the one that make the. You can Google it. Google will tell you. Okay. All right. So as of early 2026. It is estimated that there are approximately 38.28 million smartphone users in Canada. Canada is what? 40 million, right? So if we have 38.28 million people using smartphone, additionally, like 98% of the people are using smartphone. There are still some people who only use a conventional cell phone. You know the conventional cell phone, the flip-flop? The what do you call it? There's the name of it.
Analog.
Yeah, but there's the company called that company?
Nokia?
No, not Nokia. Nokia has a flip phone that is this American company that it's what?
BlackBerry?
No, not BlackBerry. BlackBerry is Canadian. Okay, I'm going to remember that phone. Is the first is the one that the first company that built.
Motorola.
Motorola, thank you. Motorola, thank you. Motorola. It's a big giant phone like this, So Motorola, thank you so much. That the first company that built a cell phone, Motorola. Everybody copied from Motorola. So Motorola. So we have this phone is also known as. Can you imagine? They call it another name. They call it dumb phone. It's a dumb one. It's not smart. Since it's not smart, it's a dumb one, right? So that's what they call it. There are many adjectives we use to describe people in general. And in Judaism, we are no exception. We also use adjectives. Often, we refer to people as tzadik, a righteous person. But rarely we do use the word Kadosh for a human being. The Holy One is very rare, very, very rare. We don't use that. These people are who choose not to have a smartphone are not only Tzadikim, they are Kedoshim. The people who didn't want to use smartphone, but you want to use the dumb one. I'm telling you, because in the world that we live now, if you don't use a smartphone, you are not a human being. Maybe you are from planet Jupiter, from some planet, some unknown planet. But if you just come and use your flip-flops, which year are you? Are you in year 2000 or year 2020? So anyway, so these kind of people who can resist, the idea is that the people who can resist the pressure of the society. They don't go along because everybody do that, I need to do that. No, they stand on what they believe in, not on what people tell them to believe in, but what they believe in. Chazal, which means our sages, explain that the way a person becomes a Kadosh is by sanctifying himself with an item that are permissible. In the Talmud, I repeat again, a way a person becomes a Kadosh, Holy One, is by sanctifying himself with the items that are permissible. You sanctify yourself with those items. Okay, you know what? In some African country, in my country, right, we still use a pot. The pot that is made of earth. It's made of clay. we still use that. But if you bring a pot that is made of clay to Canada, I don't think they will allow you to pass it through the border. They will send you back because they'll tell you this is not all acceptable here. So you have to go and buy the one with iron. You know, no. This is contaminated because the clay has a disease or the clay has impurity. You know, so because the clay, we don't want the clay to mix with the clay here because you might bring insects or something. They give you all kind of excuses, right? But what is permissible for you, you use it to sanctify yourself. You don't follow the thing. You don't follow everybody. Remember, Yeshua said the road is wide, and people that are found there are millions, and everybody just follow like a zombie. And the end is a pit. While the other one is tiny, and it leads to the garden of Eden. So you don't follow because everybody does it. Doesn't mean that it's right. Fine. You make research. Understand, is this thing right or is it wrong? Right. So it says that in our Hebrew life, we recognize and use technology to help us grow in the Torah. But unfortunately, many advances in medicine, in technology, in science could be used for either good or evil. The two sides. We think and are taught that technology helps us to be more efficient and helpful. While it is true that the cell phone has made life more convenient, it has not necessarily made us into more efficient people. When the vacuum cleaner came on the scene, people no longer had to do what? Take their rug outside, bang them over the fence, and smack the dust off with a pole for 15 minutes every day or once in a week, right? Fast forward now we have we have what is called the vacuum cleaner, right? And the vacuum cleaner, you just need to do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and everything is clean every day. With any invention, we need not to only look at the benefit, but we also must consider the detriment that it has. I am not implying that we only consider using something that is benefit or that benefits us and has zero negative. No. That's not what I am saying. What I'm saying is there will always be a negative side to everything. But we must control the hidden consequences that can harm us and our society. Remember, in those days, they roll, they put it, you bang it, okay, good. Everything is clean, you bring it back to your house, you put it down. The vacuum cleaner comes, you do 10 minutes. Do you know that if you look at it in science, even though, by you doing this, you know, a lot of exercise that you do with your hand, all those things, it's exercise. Your muscle is having memory. Everything is good, you know. But I know it's long, you see, look at even though washing machine. You know, in those days, our mother, what did they do? With their hand, you know. You see, my mama, I think my mama is a he-man like this, you know, because she do all those things. But now washing machine, I sit down on my TV. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that washing machine is bad. No, that's not what I am saying. It's good, but we should be able to understand what is good. More and what does it benefit us more? Because with those exercises that our parents are doing, it helps them a lot. They might say it's too long, it's difficult. Yes, it's I understand. But there are advantages and disadvantages in every technology that comes into essence, you know. So, putting aside the obvious danger of the internet, there looms the destruction of the society through the social media. Internet is good, it makes things faster, right? But on the other side, it's also very destructive, right? Many people are now educated on the hazard of the smartphone and how vulnerable we all are by using this. When the first smartphone came into existence, no, right? Apple phone. Wow, see, this is cool. This is cool. Everybody was rushing. Okay. Not knowing that you are buying your own, you are buying camera to spy on yourself. They deceive you. This is he has a camera. No, you don't need a photo. You don't do this thing. You can, oh, nice. Look at that. I can scroll way now. Okay, that is how they sell it. And then when they sell it down, you are not used to it. You put it in your pocket. They can monitor you all your movement. Anywhere you go, anywhere whatever, they can even spy on you through your own. You don't even know the camera is on. So the understanding is that it does not actually good for you now that we know those things, or bad for you now. And because everybody is used to that, we become addicted. We can't even do without it. Even though you put it off, the person that is controlling it can put it on without you knowing. So they know everything about you, right? So this is what I am saying. However, I would like to focus on one aspect of our world of instant communication, especially in the world of WhatsApp. The WhatsApp and the similar platform that we have, everywhere, like other instant communication stuff, right? So like the group of like for example the group chatting and sharing. Last Shabbat, right? We dedicate last Shabbat was dedicated for what? For Parashot with me as speech. We talk about Acharei last week and so on and so forth, right? Now I know that most of you who is speaking or who is hearing me now will be saying that Rabbi is going to talk about Acharei again. Well, I mean, last week you talked about Acharei. Why are you talking about Acharei again this week? It's not that I want to talk about Acharei this week. The most important thing here is this: that Acharei is, as we understand it, is not a good thing for the people. And for you gossiping is a form of what? Gossip is a form of Acharei, but a more deadlier form of Acharei. So I include myself, right? That most of the time we make a group chat, we make a group communication that we talk sometimes that even lead to the form of Acharei. We ourselves we don't even know, right? So here I want to say that we as a group, we as a people, we have to tame our tongue and our thoughts. Some of us are so immersed in gossiping, it is totally out of control. I mean, in a society of now. I'm not necessarily meaning in a community. I mean, in a society in general. We can place partial blame on the misuse of the technology of group chat, or WhatsApp, or Instagram, or Totogram, or antilogram, whatever they have, antilogram, they can have, or elephantgram, whatever the gram that they have, they can use it. No? So, we tend to be embarrassed when chatting with a group to speak up and say to a friend or a group that the ongoing conversation harbor on Acharei. The halacha once was if a group of friends was speaking Acharei, someone in the group will try to change the subject. If that didn't work, they could excuse themselves. Someone told me he was part of a group and found the content to be questionable. The content that they are discussing about in that group. The person found it difficult to leave the group, which is an option, because the society or because the other members would then comment on how that person think is better than they, or he is living up, he think is good, he is better, right, or she's better, right. The truth is that that person is better, but the societal pressure is so great that it does not allow that person to do the right thing, even though everybody else knows that what they are doing, or that what that person is doing is right, because of the societal pressure. Oh, if I excuse myself now, I will look back. Or if I tell them now that this speech I'm not interested in it because this is now going to the point of Acharei, I will look evil. No, I want to look cool like them. I want to be part of society. I want to be part of the people. But you understand that what you are doing is wrong. So why do you want to be part of the people that are doing the wrong thing? We were discussing yesterday also concerning the societal pressure. Some of our children, it happens to them in their school too. I want to be part of this group, I want to be part of that group. But want to be like your friend, but your friend is doing bad thing. But if I telling her don't do this again, it's not going to be my friend again. In nursing, we know about societal pressure, peer pressure. You know, your peer can pressure you to. I mean, they have influence on you that you can't even imagine. I don't want what Papa said and what Mama said is here. My cool friend, it's cool, that is the main important thing. They don't even care about what Papa or Mama said or what the rabbi said. But what their friends, their co-friends, telling them is not important because they don't want to lose their friends. But the Torah is telling us this morning, which one will you choose? The way, the tiny road, or the big one that lead to damnation? Do not gossip among your people. That's the reason why the Torah is saying that. The one successful approach, as sages suggest, is combating any prohibition. Is not saying it is forbidden, but rather to learn about the mitzvah. One of the obstructions that exists in resisting evil speech is the lack of the knowledge of the basic mitzvah. How do you resist gossiping? How do you resist lashara? People say, I cannot resist gossiping. I cannot resist lashara. I cannot resist this temptation or that temptation. How can I understand it? He said, you don't have to say you want to resist it. Don't worry. No. The important thing for you to understand why the God gave me this commandment. Let me learn about this mitzvah. Once you understand the basic understanding of that mitzvah, I'm telling you, those temptations will not have power over you. It's because you don't understand the mitzvah that the temptation is controlling you. Once you understand the basic understanding of that mitzvah, like when the Torah says in Parashot Kedoshim, a man cannot marry the sister of his wife. It's simple. But say, I don't know. But you know what? Why can't I marry the sister of my, for example, of my wife? When Jacob married two sisters, what is going on? Is the Torah contradicting himself? I mean, Jacob did that, so if Jacob, my forefather, did that, I think it's good for me. Me too, I can do that. No, you cannot do that, my friend. Because at that time, it is permissible at that moment. There are laws that are permissible before, but now, you are now, because the more, the idea is this, right? The more you have understanding, the more you have spiritual understanding, the less your animalistic instinct reduces. Understand what I mean? It is an animalistic instinct. And so the more you have the knowledge of the Holy One, blessed be He, the knowledge that you have reduce your animalistic instinct. That instinct becomes going down, because the more you grow in the spirit, the more the animalistic instinct decreases. That is the idea. So once you understand that, you say, okay, I see the reason why I cannot marry my wife's sister. Just naturally, you repulse, you hear it, because you understand the mitzvah now. But because if you don't understand the mitzvah, then you'll be looking for what? Rationalization, to rationalize your action. Jacob did it, me too, I can do that. Or Mr. A did that, I think it's good for Mr. B. No, it's not good for Mr. B. Right? So once you understand the basic rules, why is this thing not allowed? Why this is not good? Then instantly you just hear it because you understand the basic understanding of the law. Last week, Parashah referenced Lashara, but this week we are clearly read about the mitzvah of Reshilot. Reshilot in this place it meaning literally a peddler. You know, I was looking at the definition of a peddler. The definition is so funny, right? A peddler is a person that sells goods from one town to another town. That's a peddler. Someone that moves things around. And a peddler can also mean somebody that sells untruth. You know, that speak untruth, that speak lies. He's a person that what he distributes is that guy or that woman is a Maradona in lying. You know a Maradona the player, the football player, the famous football player. But this one is not a player in the football field, it's a player in Lashara. You know, he can distribute. Oh man, he's good. He's Ronaldo. That's what I'm saying. So this is what we need to understand in Lashara. So in this case, but figuratively speaking, is defined as gossiping and spreading inappropriate information. In the second of this week, Parashot, or the double Parashot that we have in the Parashot Kedoshim, in Vayikra chapter 19 verse 16, it states this: do not go around as a gossiper among your people. Do not stand over your neighbor's blood. I am Adonai. I repeat again. Do not go around as a gossiper among your people. Do not stand still over your neighbor's blood. I am Adonai. It is interesting to note that this pasuk and the verses that precede and follow it contain two parts. Part 1, in some cases, we see a direct correlation or continuation from the first to the second half. Our verse has a strong connection, as well as I share a few commentary that makes the link right now. The Zohar indicates that whoever violates the first part of the commandment, being a gossiper, has automatically violated the second part by killing someone. How is this? One of our rabbi, Ezekiel ben Manoah, which is called Zizkuni, says this. On the other hand, he says, the first caused the second to occur. The first action caused the second action to occur. Because you gossip against somebody, you kill that person. How? Okay, I come. So, Margarita, and now that guy, I don't understand, blah, 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 blah. Then, when if you see a snake and you see a man, kill a man first, don't kill the snake. I don't understand the mind state of Margarita, that the Margarita see a man and he sees snake. I remember what Rabbi told me, I should kill that first before I kill. It literally, they do the action of what they are being told. Because I have already crucified the character of a man. Understand my point? And the person that is, they don't even know you. They have never spoken to you. They don't even have an idea about you, who you are. But because they've had some blah, 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 right? Immediately, they judge you. They don't even know. So this is what our sages are saying. A person creates an enemy through his gossiping against his friend, and that in turn causes other people to rise up against that friend to kill him. They can kill the character. They can kill the person. Literally. We see people, children, right? You can see them. They go watch game, and they go watch video game, right? Video game. And they take what they do in the video game, take it literally into the school. Begin to shoot people in the school. So that to them is a game. They are inside the game. They think it's right. They say, what happened? Why are you doing this? Oh, but is it the person that is watching that game that we need to talk about, or the person that designed that game, that make it real, that make that game to look real? Right? Because to them, they don't care. It's all about what? It's all about the money. You buy my game, I put the money in my pocket. I don't care what the consequence of the game. Right? That is the idea. It's not everybody that is mentally sound. We need to understand that. Right? So if people are not mentally sound and you tell them something, they follow like zombie. They don't even question. They don't say, let me go and make research if the rabbi is right or wrong. Right? My rabbi said this. That is it. I don't go back. No, you are not a zombie. It's not everything that your rabbi said is true. Make research on your own. Don't be lazy. Right? That is what the Torah is saying. So now, he said that a person creates an enemy through gossiping against his friend, and that in turn causes the other person to rise up and kill him. Rabbi Yehuda ben Itar explained that Reshulot, which is in form of Lashara, is as harsh as a sword that can kill. Gossiping is a sword, very sharp, that can destroy. The Bar Haturim says the word Rashil in Hebrew is spelled completely full, which has a value of 10, right? Representing the 10 commandments. If someone violates this mitzvah of being a gossiper, it is as if he violated 10 major commandments. The Shelah HaKodesh teaches that the 10 commandments contain all the 613 mitzvot. Therefore, by speaking a shilut, a person violates the entire of the Torah, thereby deserving order to stand by washing his blood and letting it be. If a person violates the entire Torah, well, I go to, okay, since you violate the entire Torah, you face the consequence of your action. We have the 10, right? Our have the 613 law is inside the 10, the major 10. And if you look at 6 plus 3 plus 1 is 10. It's the 10 law. You see, 613 or no 613 is still the basic 10. Right? So that is the idea. If a man violates the entire law by gossiping, then you are saying, I don't care about what God gave us on Mount Sinai, garbage. So if you say it's garbage, but don't forget there's on another side. When the consequences come, don't cry. Don't come and say, hey Rabbi, come and save me. You face the consequence of your action. That is it. So this is what the Torah is telling us individually and collectively through our wise men. The next flip the verse completely upside down. Another of our sage, right, flip the entire Torah upside down. He is looking at it from another perspective. Let's hear his own perspective. He said, true, one is forbidden to speak and be a gossiper for something that is evil and create bad will. On the other hand, if a person has something good and positive to say about someone, do not stand idle by and let his blood be spilled. It's the same way, right? Okay, so gossiping. Can you? Okay, if you said as you were asking that the same question also yesterday, my wife was asking if you have good thing to say about a person and you say it to another person, is that gossip? I said, he said no, because if this is what he's saying. If you say positive things about somebody, or you see somebody that is about to be crucified because of one thing or the other, right? And you stand up and you speak up and say, hey, excuse me, this man, I have something about him very positive. This man is a good man. This man is a nice man. This man is a wonderful man. He has seen somebody. He even helped the poor. He helped the needy. And the people want to crucify him. Have to think. But I thought this man is a bad man. But I'm hearing another version of him that actually maybe what I heard was a lie. Because this guy is standing saying, this man, this woman is a good person. So the devil, you will not stand by, allow that person to be killed. Because you speak up positively defending them. That is the idea. When you see someone that is, that you know that is a good person, and you know that they want to do something negative against them, don't keep your mouth shut. Don't say, oh, everybody, that people is against him. If I'm the only one that is support, democracy, I don't win because 9 is against 1. But understand that's what they call it, what? Democracy. You know the meaning of democracy? I told them many times. Democracy is the demonstration of craziness, demonstration of madness. Because to them, you know, that I'm telling you, that is the idea, right? So when you are 1, right, and they are 19, no, you can speak up. Stand up for what is right. Everybody say, kill him, kill him, kill him. That's all about Yeshua HaMashiach, right? Let one die for everybody. Kill him. Is that not, that was democracy, no? But what they are doing, was it right? No, it wasn't right. But they want to do demonstration of craziness. Is that not? There was a woman, the wife of what? Of Pilate. I see something about that man. He's a righteous man. What? Do not do anything. Don't touch that man. Don't do nothing against that man because he's a good man. I had a revelation about him today. Pack your load. Wrong. You see, he was able to stand up to say good thing about the man. While everybody say, hey, kill him, kill him, kill him. That is the idea. So we stand up for what is right. We don't keep our mouth shut when seeing our brother being crucified. Rather, you stand up and say something positive in order to save him from having his blood spilled. The Jerusalem Talmud in page 1:5 rules that it is permissible to speak lashon hara against someone who quarrels with everyone and create havoc for the entire community. This is learned out from the word, do not gossip among your people. But someone who acts outside of Israel does not deserve to be protected. When a person, a man, a woman, is a troublemaker, everybody knows him is a what? You don't need CNN. He or she is CNN. CNN of everywhere. He's the CNBC. All the news, he carries news from every. Why you wasting your money on cable news? He is the cable news, or she is the cable news. Everything, he knows everything. He passed from one law, go his own specialty is knocking people's door and delivering false messages, lies. So if there is a person like that, as Sage said, you can tell people, this one is a liar. Don't listen to them. They spread false news. They spread lashon hara. Get yourself out from their way, because they are going to do what? Contaminate you. That is the idea. And if a person is like that, it seems a person doesn't want to become part of Israel among the people, separate them. Because their idea is to separate people from people, and that's why God will always separate them. Separate them. Let them go. Tell them, don't mingle with this one, don't mingle with that, because it's going to contaminate you. And once you are contaminated, you become CNN number 2. You don't need CNN number 2, right? So that is the idea. So do not gossip among your people. Parashot Kedoshim. Kedoshim it has a lot of laws, set of laws, that they give us. You can't do this, you can't do this, because this is what the people in the land did. Because they did that, the land spit them out. If you do the same thing, the land will spit you out. It doesn't matter you are from I rescue you from Egypt or not, because I am God of justice. I am God that does not favor nobody. Everybody stands erect before me. They told us, my grandfather said, do you know why the animal, how am I going to translate this, my God? How do you know that the animal, they look like this, right? They look like this because they are long, right? They have 4 legs, right? So my father said, do you know why the animal look the ground? And man look up? Because we are erect. You see? So do you know why animal look to the ground and we look up? I don't know, because they are saying the animal has 4 legs, they cannot look up like this, It's not possible because the shape of their skeleton, they cannot look up like this, right? So I said, they can't look up. He said, do you know the reason why? I said, no, I don't know, but maybe because they eat the ground. My grandfather said, no, because their soul is from the earth. The soul of the animal is from the earth. And when the animal dies, the soul returns back to the ground. And you know why a man look up? Because his soul is on above. And when he dies, his soul returns up. The soul of the man does not return down to the ground because his soul is not on the ground. That's why the man is erect. And that's why God said, everyone has to be erect before me. To stand on the day of judgment. You won't look like a cow, no? You will stand before God. Because, okay, Monsieur, let's talk now, me and you. I see that you do lashon hara. No, I didn't do lashon hara. God, I was trying to just make a joke. And then God said, okay, there is a witness. So who's the witness? Like, we have to witness, not in the court. Because, okay, witness, come. Not the angel. No, the angel is not your witness. You know what was the witness? My grandfather told me. I said, I don't know. He said, you know what? Your witness is your shadow. That's why they call it the witness. Your shadow will rise. I said, God, say, okay, shadow Mr. A, is that true? What that place said? Shadow? No. He actually pushed Lashara because I was there. I saw him. He said, no, I didn't. No, you said it. I saw it with my 2 eyes. Anywhere you go, your shadow follows you. Your shadow on that day is a witness. God is not stupid, eh? Very smart God. Your shadow shall rise either in your favor or against you on that day. You see, we need to understand this. It looks funny, right? But it's a thing that we can think inside and look at, take the truth out of it. The man will always stand erect before his God because our soul is from above, not from the ground. We don't go like this. We stand upright, erect. So let all of us, individually and collectively, try to digest this word. Gossiping is not for his people. Because gossiping divides the nation. It divides the people. And God doesn't want you to be divided. God wants you to be united as one. Once you are united as one, you are what? Undefeated. Nobody can defeat you. No power. Not in heaven or on earth. I'm telling you. God understood that principle, and God told about that principle in the book of Parashot, right? He said, and all men were what? Were of one mind. All men were of one mind, and they decided to build a Torah. And the Lord God came down and said, whoa, this is dangerous. These people are of one mind. Let us go and scatter their language. Unity, we can't defeat it. It's undefeatable. Once you have one mind, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you are divided, then the enemy can tear you apart, capture you small by small, because you are divided. But when you are united, you can't. There is no way. You just be marching over them because you are one. So that is the idea by people this morning. Parashot, Ashrimot, and Kedoshim. Do not gossip among your people. Shabbat Shalom.